This is episode number 553 of the InnerFight podcast. Welcome back to another edition of the show, and there is just 10 days left of the Smith Street Paleo special summer offer. Smith Street Paleo, our show sponsor. Hop over to smithstreetpaleo.com, check out everything that's going on there, and if you want to take advantage of getting a special rate for you and your office colleagues for this summer, for the meal plan, hello@smithstreetpaleo.com is where you need to direct your email. Tell them you came from the InnerFight podcast. You love the podcast, obviously, and they will tell you what they can do for you. It's a great deal. You and your colleagues can get on a Smith Street Paleo meal plan for a nicely reduced price. And we're actually more than 10 days. We've got about 12 or 13 days. We'll call it 2 weeks left of this special promotion from these guys. So please show your support, hop over there. And if you live internationally, we're very sorry. Thank you to Smith Street Paleo for all of your support. Here we are back with another Sunday show, the 18th of August. August is running through our fingertips, but it's a month. It's the season where a lot of you have been traveling, maybe have travel still coming up. So I want to share with you travel hacks to stay fit, healthy, and feeling awesome during your travel. A lot of people, one guy, Tarek, he always says, don't post what I'm doing when I'm traveling. But I'm not sure why, because I normally always post on my Instagram, on my story, from literally leaving the house, my bag, what's happening on the airplane, to try and help you guys understand that there is a different way to traveling. You do not have to take 50 kilos of luggage. You don't have to eat shitty airport food, shitty airplane food. You can exercise when you go on holiday. You can exercise in beautiful areas. You don't have to eat crap. It's not mandatory that you have ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner when you travel. And in this show, hopefully, I'll explain how to do different things and how you can actually really enjoy your travel. You can relax a little bit. You can let your hair down, as they say, but you can also work out in some really cool places, and you don't have to lug around with you tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of luggage. You know, actually, I'm in Australia right now when I'm recording this, and the heaviest bit of equipment I've got with me is the recording studio. The mixer and a couple of bits and pieces, the tripod for the camera, etc., weighs a little bit more. Yes, camera, you can watch this over on YouTube. And as I said, actually, little shameless plug here, please go and watch show 548 with Edson. It was when I was in Malawi with my 6-kilo bag. Coming to that later. And we got behind the scenes, GoPro, the whole interview. It's awesome. You see people in his villages dancing and having a good time. They're living a great life. But my podcast kit, it carries a little bit more weight than I'd like it to, but still I managed to get my bag quite nice and light. And that's one of the things. I wrote an article actually over on my personal blog, mjdsmith.com, a couple of years ago called Travel Light. I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes. And it talks all about how much luggage I actually carry. We also did a Instagram TV, which I'll put a link to this in the show notes on the InnerFight Endurance Instagram a few weeks ago when Tom and I were in London about packing. I was away for about 10 days. Tom was away for 10 days as well. He'd also been to a wedding. We both only had hand luggage, and we actually went through in about a 10 or 15 minute video and spoke all about and unpacked our bags, repacked our bags, very interactive, very cool content creators, whatever you want to call it, jokes, and spoke all about what we've got. But my number one rule is no more than 10 kilos. 10 kilos for 2 or 3 different reasons. First reason is I can get all of that in a super light bag. I've taken it a little bit extreme that I ordered one of the lightest backpacks on earth. It weighs about 200 grams and it's an ultra backpacking backpack. That's basically what it's called. It's from Mount Laurel Designs. I can fit everything in there. I can literally live in there. I brought it to Australia a while back. Last time I was here actually in December, and I lived for 2.5 weeks with it. So you can definitely find super light bags. 10 kilos is enough. You really can get your whole life, everything you need into a 10 kilo bag. The coolest thing as well is there's no chance it's going to get lost on a conveyor belt or in baggage handling, because you're going to be able to carry that thing pretty much onto the airplane. yourselves. I'm going to talk about what I pack in it in a minute, but next point I've got for you guys, the next hack I've got is around food. A lot of people complain, and quite rightly so, that there's not very good choices to eat in airports, on airplanes, all of this kind of stuff. Totally agree with you guys. Therefore, please take your own food. You could order food from Smith Street Paleo. We've actually done this a lot. We've got a lot of guys that order our food to travel with, and they know which ones taste good heated up, and also the ones that taste good a little bit cold. So stay away from the ones that taste really good heated up. I'm a little bit weird about cold food, but I know the meals that I like to have that are cold, because on the airplane I can't heat them up. But it's not illegal. It's perfectly legal to take your own food on airplanes. And actually, when you get onto the airplane, you could ask them to put your food in the fridge. I've done that a lot. I just have it in a little parcel, and I'll say to the air hostess, I'll say, please, can you put this in your fridge? And most of the time they will say yes. So take your own food with you. I'll always, when I travel, have like a bag of nuts, almonds, cashews, something like that, or some Smith Street Paleo bars in a little bag in my bag, that if I do get hungry, I can just call on those and I can just get involved in them, rather than calling the flight attendant or being in an airport and having to eat something not so good. So take your own stuff with you is a real good hack, and it just stops you from terrible snacking when you don't really need to. You can just be eating healthy the whole time. Coming to packing, how much should I take? How do I wash my stuff? This is what people say the whole time. Now, training kit, basically, you've got to figure out your training kit that dries really fast and that is easy to wash. When I was in London recently, I was running every single day, and then I went to the Alps. I had I had 2 sets of running kit with me. One singlet, actually, 2 sets of shorts. Not sure why I took 1 singlet and 2 shorts. And all I did after I finished running every single morning is I'd jump in the shower, and I'd keep my clothes on, and then I'd get them all nice and wet. I'd put them on the floor, wash them, jump up and down them, soap suds, rinse them out on the radiator. They dry and they're ready for the next day. Do they smell as fresh as when I wore them on the first day or took them from Dubai? Not quite. Do they smell bad? Not at all. They were good, and I ran about 6 to 7 times during that trip. So that's a real hack. You don't need 5, 6, 7 sets of sports kit. And it's kind of the same when you're traveling with your clothes. A lot of people blow my mind that they don't check the weather where they're going. Check the weather where you're going. If it's really hot, you don't need 4 sets of jeans. If it's really cold, you need a jacket, but not 4 jackets. So this is a way that you can get away with having a limited amount of clothes. I don't want you to smell. I don't want you not to be fresh every single day. I want you to smell good all the time. But at the same time, I want you not to have a lot of stuff in your backpack. And it can be done. And it can be done by males. It can be done by females as well. When it comes to training when you're away, no one can tell you how much to train, but just set a goal. If you're away for a week and you just decide you want to work out 3 times at a medium intensity, set that goal before you go. Commit to it. Tell your travel buddy, write it down, something, and just get it done. I think that's super important, that before you go, you should just have in mind, you shouldn't say, oh, I'll try and train. You should say, yeah, I'm going to train 3 times in 7 days. Absolutely fine. You've set a goal. You've got a commitment, and just execute it. One of the things that I like doing is running around cities. I think it's a great way to see a city. You can just run, you can get lost, you can cruise into a coffee shop, you can have a coffee, you can run a little bit more, you can go and do some sightseeing. That is a great way to see a city, and it also gets some exercise in. Another great thing to do in cities is to find a park. You could go on the internet, you could just think of something yourself, you can download a workout, or you can just go, okay, in this park, I'm going to do a 200-meter run, 10 air squats, 10 burpees, 10 push-ups for half an hour. You're going to get a great workout. You're going to be out in nature. You're going to feel all the benefits of nature and hopefully have a really good time doing that. Don't forget to take a selfie if you do either of those 2 things. Any workout when you're traveling, you need a selfie on your Instagram to upset Tarek Jabby, that's for sure. There's also the option, if you're really stuck, you're in a remote area, remote hotel, you can't go out or it's too dangerous to go out, there's no gym, there are hotel room workouts. You can do the same thing in a hotel room. You can do 30-minute AMRAP of 10 hollow rocks, 10 air squats, 10 push-ups, 10 burpees. If you did that at the right intensity, that would make for a super sweaty hotel room. I really suggest you do that. If you're a little bit more geeky, and I've been doing this for quite a long time, just to experience different CrossFits around the world, to make sure here at InnerFight we give you the very best experience that we can, and we learn from all these guys. I always go to a city and I just try and find a CrossFit, and I'll go and have a workout there. Just like we are here at InnerFight, if anyone's traveling, we're always super open to having people come in, do a workout with us, enjoy our community, and we're happy to see people continuing their fitness on holidays. So just go to a CrossFit gym, be a good dude. You don't have to take your own skip rope. You definitely don't have to take your own hand grips or knee guards. Just go there, do a workout. Don't make too many excuses. Don't talk too much. Just get it done. That's something that's super important. When we're traveling, we are exposed to way too much crappy food. Just avoid it. You don't need to, as I said earlier, you don't need to eat ice cream 3 times a day. If you want to have an ice cream on holiday, have an ice cream on holiday. But you're not going to benefit from having 4 ice creams a day. So just avoid all of the crap food, and maybe just have a little plan in place that, maybe have 1 treat a day, or maybe you'll have 1 bad meal a day, but having waffles for breakfast, obviously if they're Smith Street patio, that's fine, but waffles, donuts, croissants for breakfast, pizza for lunch, and then something gross for dinner, followed by 2 ice creams, you're going to come back feeling terrible and probably have gained a few kilos. So to that point, you have to learn to say no to stuff. You have to have this little plan in place and learn to just have a couple of rules. It's the same. I see a lot of people, they'll use alcohol a lot more on holiday, and that's fine if you want to just relax, have a few drinks with friends, but do you really need to be drinking all day, lunch through to dinner? I don't think so. So you really need to have these rules in place when it comes to things like what you drink, be it alcohol. Even if you don't drink alcohol, people I've seen drinking a lot more Pepsi, Coke, all this kind of stuff, soft drink, when they're on holiday than they really need to. And you need to have a set of rules in place when it comes to food. You could say you need to have a set of rules in place. I said set a goal as to how much you're going to work out, but just know that you're going to do something. Maybe you're going to do 30 minutes of something. And this is what I say to a lot of my clients. A 30-minute walk or a 2-hour walk around a city could be something that's really great for you on a holiday. It doesn't mean that you have to have the hardest track session of your life or the biggest CrossFit workout of your life. Not at all. What you need to do is you just need to get moving, and you just need to get out and enjoy the city that you're in or the country that you're in. I think that's something that is sometimes a little bit missed. We don't have to be at a massively high intensity, but some movement is better than others. And the last point I've got for you guys is make it fun. Make being on holiday and maintaining your fitness regime, using these travel hacks to stay fit, healthy, and feeling awesome on holiday, make it a little bit of fun. It's a game for me. It's really a game for me to make sure I've got all of the right stuff as least as I can. I always do an inventory when I come back. Okay, what did I use? What didn't I use? How much did my bag weigh? I've got a little handheld thing. It's just a little bit of a game. It makes it fun. Taking my own food, having a selfie in a park with a stranger maybe. All of these things are really, really good fun. So make it fun, and it'll be even more enjoyable, and you will enjoy the benefits of that kind of travel a lot more than if you're carrying around way too much stuff, eating crap. You won't be feeling good, and when you get back to the gym after your holiday or your whatever trip it is, it will be a lot easier if you've done 1, 2, or all of the things I've spoken about to get straight back into your routine. There you have it. That's show number 553, all about travel hacks to stay fit. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.